YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alice from Living Low Carb. In today's episode, we are going to be making my crustless quiche with bacon, leek, and onion. It's a keto-friendly recipe that doesn't take very long using ingredients that you probably already have on hand. The quiche is fluffy and decadent. The smell of bacon just fills up your entire kitchen. This recipe serves about 2 to 3 people and is perfect for breakfast or brunch. If you are on the ketogenic diet and you find yourself eating a lot of bacon and eggs, this is just another variation that you can make. So let's start cooking. So the first thing we're gonna do is preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Now we're gonna prepare our ingredients. I have onion and leek here. We're going to need half a cup of each chopped. Starting with my onion. Next we have our leek. The leek gives the quiche a really beautiful taste without being overly pungent like regular onion. Set that aside. Next, I have 6 slices of bacon. This is where our quiche is going to get all of its flavor from. We're just gonna chop our bacon up into small pieces. The bacon is going to cook on the stovetop and it will reduce a little, so they don't need to be too small. Just need about 1/2 inch in width. Going to set that aside. So we're here at our stovetop. Going to turn on the flame to about a medium and add our bacon. The goal is to cook down all this bacon so it renders out all the fat. Okay, so when your bacon's starting to show a little bit of browning on the sides, that's when it's done. Now, as much as we love bacon, this is a little bit greasy, so I'm actually going to strain out my bacon bits and pour out a little bit of the fat. And we're actually going to use the fat to cook our onion and leek. So all of that bacon rendered about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil, and I've just left about 1 teaspoon, and I'm going to put in my onion and my leek. And we're just going to cook this in the bacon fat until the onion becomes translucent. So it's been about 2 minutes. You can see my onion here has cooked down a little bit. I'm just going to add my bacon back into the pan. Stir this around for another 30 seconds to a minute. For about 30 seconds, I'm just going to turn off the heat, take it off the heat, and let it cool. So while our bacon and onion mixture is cooling, I'm going to prepare my wet ingredients. I have 6 eggs here today, 1 cup of cheddar cheese. You can use cheddar, Swiss, or Gruyere, and 1 cup of cream. Now I'm using half and half today. You can either use heavy cream or you can use milk, depending on how rich you want the texture to be. I find half and half to be that perfect balance. Okay, so I'm just going to crack my eggs. I'm going to add my 1 cup of cream. Going to add a little bit of salt to the wet mixture. My bacon does have salt already, so you just want to be careful that you don't over salt if that's the case. So about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon, or even a little bit less of black pepper. Now I'm going to whisk. You do want to make sure you give this a good mix because the whisking is what makes your quiche fluffy. So once that's thoroughly whisked, we're just going to add our cheese and mix till fully combined. Using the bacon fat that we just collected from our bacon cooking, I'm just going to grease the sides of a 9-inch pie pan. Being on keto, we actually like to collect our bacon fat while we're cooking and use it in our other recipes, such as eggs and vegetables. It just gives unbelievable flavor and much tastier than regular oil. My bacon and onion mixture has been cooling for about 10 minutes. Very important that we let it cool so that our eggs don't scramble when we mix it all together. And I'm going to start by layering in a little bit of my bacon and onion. And that layering it a little bit does help with the settling. And now I'm just going to pour in my egg slowly. I'm just gonna top this off with a little bit more bacon and onion. So now this will go into the preheated oven for 45 minutes. Okay, it's been 45 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees. My kitchen smells amazing. Look at that, got all puffy. It looks beautiful. I'm just gonna let this cool for about 10 minutes just because it's very hot right now and it does need to settle, otherwise it won't cut cleanly. My quiche has been cooling for 10 minutes. Now let's dig in. Smells amazing. Oh my God, that bacon and onion and leek mixture. Oh, this looks delicious. It came out fluffy. Look at all the different layers of the bacon and the onion and the leek. Okay, now it's time for the taste test. That looks so good. It smells amazing. That is so delicious. The eggs are fluffy. It's cheesy. It's fluffy. You got the flavor from the bacon. You got the flavor from the onion. It's just the perfect combination. I really like the flavor that the leek adds because it's not as overpowering as onion, but you still get the onion flavor. This is delicious. This is a winner in my books. Very simple to make, only a couple ingredients on hand. The key to making a good quiche is making sure that you whisk up the eggs. You're not trying to make a baked omelet necessarily. You're trying to make, a fluffy and decadent, rich texture. By whisking up those eggs really well, you get these little pockets of air, which is what makes the texture fluffy. So good. If you liked my recipe today, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below if there's any recipes that you want to see from me in the future. Until next time!